Graham Ashworth had been trying to establish a morning walk routine since the baby arrived. This was, he acknowledged, an optimistic project. His son Fletcher was 3 months old, and the household operated on Fletcher's schedule entirely, which changed with the regularity of weather. But the Weimaraner Senna needed a walk, and Graham needed the air, and on the mornings when Delilah was home and awake, he would take Senna for 30 minutes while Delilah handled the morning feed. The walk on the 12th of February started normally. They made it to the corner. They made it to the next corner. They were approximately 4 minutes and 2 blocks from the house when Senna stopped. Not slowed. Stopped. Her body went to full attention. Every muscle, ears forward, nose working. Then she turned around. Not gradually. She turned and pulled with all 63 pounds of Weimaraner physics toward home. Graham stumbled. He said her name. She did not acknowledge it. She was already moving, and he was either going with her or she was going without him. He went with her. She ran. Graham ran. The front door was unlocked, and she pushed through it and up the stairs before he had cleared the threshold. He heard her in the nursery, not barking, not making any sound. He followed. Delilah was on the floor. She had collapsed near the nursing chair, not fallen dramatically, simply gone down quietly, the way people go down when blood pressure drops suddenly and without warning. She was conscious but pale, her arms folded in, her eyes open and frightened. Fletcher was in his crib, had rolled to the side and was beginning to work himself toward distress. Delilah said, "I was trying to get up. I couldn't get up. If you stay for stories about what animals sense before we do, you're in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one." Senna was between Delilah and the crib. She had not gone to Delilah first. She had gone to the crib and positioned herself there, and she was watching Delilah from that position, and she did not move from between the crib and the collapse. Graham called 911. He picked up Fletcher. Delilah was helped by paramedics who arrived in 7 minutes. Her blood pressure was extremely low from a postpartum complication that had been developing over several days. Orthostatic hypotension exacerbated by an infection she had not mentioned, because the symptoms were mild and she had attributed them to new parent exhaustion. The paramedic asked how long she had been on the floor. Graham said he did not know. He said he had been gone 4 minutes. She said, "She's very lucky." She said, "You both are." Has your pet ever done something that made no sense until it was the only thing that made sense? Tell us in the comments. These stories deserve to be heard. Senna had been in the house. She had known something was changing before it changed. Delilah said afterward that the dog had been close to her all morning, closer than usual, but she had not registered it as unusual because Senna was often close. She had not thought, the dog knows something. She had thought, the dog wants a walk. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never asked for anything in return. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Graham did not start the morning walk routine again until Delilah was fully recovered. When he did, Senna accepted it, would walk the full route, all 30 minutes, with patience. But she would look back at the house, every time, on every walk, once per block, a look back over her shoulder at the house, before facing forward again. Graham counts the looks now. He has never found a morning when she doesn't do it. The next story involves a mutt from a shelter who did something in an apartment that the building's fire inspector said he'd never seen a dog do before.